Hello there, everybody. My name is Michael, and we're going to continue this little playthrough of Dark Souls 2. I'm not going to do the Dark Covenant right now. It's very, very challenging and not really rewarding, but that's a story for another day. This next area is actually very simple. Let's just head through here and hope this guy does not come around and try to hurt us. But I think this is pretty useless, just some dark arrows in here. This place is not terribly designed. He did follow us in, wonderful. And you've just gotten some death. It's not terribly designed, although, like I said, it's no Enerlanda. We got a Soul of a Hero there. I didn't remember that being there. Up here, we have this, and this scared me when I came in here. I thought this guy was going to come alive, but don't worry. He's fine. He's just a statue. Just to troll people. This next area out there, that is a huge little lake, essentially, filled with equipment-eroding things. And immediately above us are things that shoot out equipment-eroding things. So, let's just run by it. There are a few items in there, but I remember going in there multiple times and finding essentially nothing. I'm going to bring out some poison moss, because we can briefly get poisoned in this next area. I mean, I try to look around here and see if there are any cool things, but not really. These guys have the Llewellyn armor, but we have to wait a while to get that. This next area, there's a weird room full of porcelain masks on the wall that shoot poison darts at us. So that's where we came in, by the way, where those lights are. That's the bridge entrance. I just try to roll through the room, but there's a piece of twinkling titanite in the middle that we're going to try to get. I forget which ones shoot and which ones do not. I guess the white ones shoot and the brown ones don't. I'm not sure about that. But we made it through. And there are more cyan knights in this next room. I think there are only cyan knights with sword and shield, and I forgot to mention the other time, because there really wasn't one there, that there are two types of cyan knights. One which is fairly simplistic, this guy, and another one who is far more challenging, who has a halberd. And it is the counterpart to the Mastodon halberd. It is really, really cool. It's called Cyan's halberd, and it is the dex version, the best dex halberd in the game. What do we get here? Okay, we didn't get anything. I was hoping of maybe getting their armor, and now that I mention it, we'll put on the gold serpent ring. I think somebody's trying to shoot us with arrows. There are more royal swordsmen up there with crossbows. Okay, if we take a look over here, we see the Queen of Dragonriders, and she is holding her hands just below her stomach there, and it just sort of feels in a way that she looks, maybe she's pregnant or something like that, or she's highlighting her stomach in some way. I don't know if women were traditionally shown holding their hands like that in medieval art. I know that art is not medieval. It looks at least Renaissance. But yeah, that's her queen, and if we get too close to that thing, look what happens. Yeah, you know that sound, right? A curse begins building up. And yeah, there's something wrong with that queen. Ugh. Keep trying to parry these guys, and it's not happening. The boss in this area is a complete joke. It is, I want you to wait until you see it. As soon as we step out here, we're going to be invaded. But I almost never fight this invader, because she invades you way down there, and I'm usually running up here, and she doesn't follow you, so, fuck it, right? This nameless usurper, by the way, I guess I can reveal now, is actually, what's her name? The Miracles Lady, Lycia of Lindelt, who is mysteriously invading you for some reason or another. That was a quest line that they did not... I feel they didn't even complete it. It makes no sense whatsoever. There's no point to her doing this. And if you press green right over here, we get a hidden bonfire, another pointless bonfire, because the area leading up here is... I mean, it's not even remotely challenging. We're also going to pop down here because there's another guy with arrows. This is the guy that was shooting that obnoxious equipment-degrading stuff down at us. And we can do it too and knock against it, so it's good to troll. You can troll people with this, and you know, if you want to do some PvP. And this is very, very important because we can actually find the Hunter's Black Bow, the best bow in the game, by my opinion, in terms of a variety of things, stats, how much you need to use it, damage, anyway. But you do need 25 dexterity in order to use it. I'm not sure if we're going to be getting to 25 dexterity for a while, but probably eventually. And even if you don't think you're going to get that 25 dex, remember that you can respec your character. So who knows, maybe the next time you want to play the game, you know, tens of hours later, you're going to want to do this. Because we've been invaded, we can't actually rest at this. So, but it doesn't really matter. Should I go over there and kill her? I'm trying to decide that now. She's kind of a joke, but you can I think I can clearly tell it's Lycia Wendelt. You don't even really, yeah, I mean, it looks a lot like her. I don't know why she's called the Usurper. At this point in the game, I should probably tell you that it seems clear that you were supposed to inherit the throne for King Vendrick. Something that I didn't mention in the previous playthrough, and I can't believe I forgot this, is that they mentioned something about Vendrick, which is that he defeated the four old ones. This is something Veliger says. He defeated the four old ones, and he began ruling this land. When I first played this game, I took that to mean that Vendrick was supposed to be the hero, the chosen undead from Dark Souls 1. However, I have not heard anyone mimic that argument. So I kind of pulled back on that when I assumed that's what he was. That he was the chosen undead who chose to have the Age of Dark, I guess. But, well, yeah, I don't think that was it. But we do learn that he is trying to do, at one point, the same thing that we are trying to do, defeat the four old ones, and then do something, I guess become king. And over here we actually meet the queen herself, Nashandra. And it almost looks back there when I first came in here, you see that on the right there, that hanging on the wall? I thought those were two people standing next to her, because it kind of looks like a head there on top and the bottom, but anyway, that's Nashandra, and we can talk to her here.
You have fought admirably on your journey, cursed undead. I am Nashandra, Queen of Drangleic. A true monarch carries the weight of their souls. The last king of this land, King Vendrick, as he was called. He found the strength to rule his people, and when the undead were born, cursed, he found more strength to face them. But in the end, he never took the true throne. Visit Vendrick. We have no need for two rulers.
What you're trying to do here is eventually make yourself the king of Drangleic, which has also been heavily criticized by people in Dark Souls, the Dark Souls community, and it should be, because it doesn't make a tremendous amount of sense. You know, I mean, it's, what exactly is the point? I mean, why would you want to become king? I mean, of this kingdom, there's not much left of it. Is it going to help you conquer undeath? Maybe. It certainly didn't help Vendrick. So, and why didn't Vendrick take the throne? Why wasn't he able to become a true monarch? And what does that even mean? Well, to be a true monarch. I also don't like something about that painting that we just passed, because that should have come after we talked to her and after this next boss. Because she will disappear from here afterwards. I forget what happens if we try to hit her with an arrow. Maybe we can't. Maybe she just disappears. No, maybe we can't hit her with an arrow. But, that little painting is a dead giveaway. It's like saying, you know, she's coming out and twirling her mustache and saying, aha, I'm the villain, see, I'm trying to curse people. And it should really happen after all of this, so we don't have to, so we can maybe go up to her and think, oh, is she a good person, bad, what's going on, why is she here? But no, we know that she's evil, and I don't think you can ever actually get into that room that she's in. That's not someplace we can go. After we defeat this next boss, she will disappear. I'm sorry about that cut, guys. I'm having some more recording issues, unfortunately. Now, this next boss is kind of a joke. It's actually just 2 Dragonriders. It almost seems unnecessary. I mean, why did they just pop in 2 characters, from Hyde's Tower of Flame here and, make it a boss? It really doesn't even need to be here, to be honest. I would prefer not even to have it here. Or have them just fight him normally, but not as a boss. And the room has the standard one that we fought in Hyde's Tower of Flame with the halberd. There's also a second one with black Dragonrider armor on the top left on a platform that we cannot reach with melee attacks. So what we're going to try to do is hit him with an arrow, which will mysteriously make him jump off of this platform for some sort of reason, I don't know why. And then we can hit him with melee attacks with the ranged guy, which will damage him pretty severely, because he has extremely low health, like comically low health. Hopefully before the other one can get to us. There we go. See, incredibly low health. And this guy, he doesn't even look like he has like a health upgrade from when we fought him in Hyde's Tower of Flame. It's kind of ridiculous. And these guys really are just a joke. I mean, lore-wise, we're supposed to be taking this seriously, and these guys were described as like the baddest of the badass knights of Drangleic, who literally rode dragons. And they have this little paunch, which is pathetic. They just don't look tough in any way at all. They look ridiculous. And we got another Dragonrider soul, so you can make one of the Dragonrider weapons if you want. And you can also, their shield looks okay, I suppose. It's not especially good as a tower shield. It's alright. Let's take a look in here. I thought this was gold at first, as did most people, but they're actually broken pots or something, or like gold silverware or plates. I got nothing. I don't know what these are doing here. I don't remember hearing a convincing explanation. Doesn't make a whole lot, but we do get to talk to a friend. Benhart!
Oh, well met, friend. Good to see you well. Yes, very good indeed. I journeyed from the distant east to perfect my swordsmanship. And legend has it that powerful beings slumber in this land. This sword has been in my family for generations, and only a real man can wield it true. I may face any manner of man or beast, but none shall be a match for my sword. This land is a right mess, eh? King's gone. The people have a mad glint in their eyes. The land itself is overrun by terrible beasts. No better place to test my sword, eh?
I love Benhart. Now, he will help us with the, excuse me, the next boss of this area. A real boss, not the Dragonrider guys. And we do need to go up there, up this incredibly long elevator, because this door is locked. The door to the King's Passage. And in order to do that, this doesn't do anything. This is only going to do something after you've already triggered it. You have to go up this ladder. I've seen people, I saw some people when this game came out online complaining that they didn't know what to do. They had totally lost themselves because, like me, they were unobservant. But fortunately I found this when I first came in here. And what we have to do is trigger one of those golem things again, and that will make the elevator come down. This next room is not designed particularly well because you can snipe them. You can snipe everybody in this room There are a similar number of the stone statue guys on either side, and just when there's one left, you can go back there and kill him near the golem that's right over there, and do all this. These guys, I forgot to mention, can actually drop titanite slabs with quite a bit of regularity, so that's pretty cool. Although slabs are not the ultra rare item that they were in Dark Souls 1, just like with any good. The more rare, the less rare that it is, the less valuable it's going to seem to people. So I don't even really worry about slabs too much, because you can pick up a couple here and there in the game. I'll do one more over there. Usually, there we go. I know this is really cheesy to kill these guys with arrows, but going in that room and fighting all of them at the same time is not really appropriate Souls game gameplay. It's very, very tough to do that and survive. And usually I would just bone out of this room after I'm done with it, but there is some stuff to get in the next area, but it's kind of complicated and difficult to wait. And not complicated, excuse me. Just, oh, well, I already got it. Never mind. Good. That might be a slab there, or it might be their shield. I don't think their shield is especially good. I don't think you can get any kind of stone armor. I'm not sure what their armor is, if it's just a reskin of something else. It may be. But now, oh, we got their spear, good. Oh, and the Llewellyn shield. I wanted to show this. I like this shield a lot. I think this shield looks really cool. And it's got pretty good resistances. 90 physical. It's pretty small. I like it a lot. But I'm still going to use my cleric shield. This place we can get a pretty cool sorcery called Soul Greatsword. And it essentially sends a huge slash, of like a greatsword sized slash, out in front of you. And it looks pretty cool. I like that a lot. It's one of the few useful ones outside of Soul Arrow and Soul Spear. Let's see, we also picked up an Old Knight Hammer. That was also in the Tower of Hyde, I believe. And it's not terribly useful. I think it's considerably heavier than the Great Club, and we don't really need it. This next room is very difficult because up there, I don't know if you can see any of them, I can just barely make them out, are a ton of Alon Knights, all with great bows, waiting to shoot at you when you get down here. So, you can see there's a Mastodon, a Primal Knight, and 2 Cyan Knights down there. It can be very difficult to kill all of these guys, especially because those guys are the ones that have halberds, not the ones that have the sword, so they can fight from behind their tower shields, and that can make them very tricky. Although they are very slow, it wouldn't be that much of a big deal to fight 2 of these guys, if not for this. You might see them. They got fire at me? They probably will. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them all over this area, and they're really tricky. I think they can even hit me behind that statue depending on where I'm standing and which one it is. Ooh, killed one, good. These guys can also be parried. However, it's a little bit harder, and you should wait for the overhead chop rather than the thrust. That can be parried a lot easier than that thrust can. Ooh. Damn it. Left me staggered. Behind me is a door, so I can't really go that way. And anyway, there's a Primal Knight behind it, so there's not a whole lot to do. Except to parry this guy, which is... backstab this guy, which is very nice. There are also more of these guys immediately to our right, who might hit us as we're trying to kill this guy. I'm not sure. I loves me some Elephant Knights. Especially ones that can't seem to hit me, like this guy. And that's them up there. So if you want to farm some of their armor, you probably don't even need to, but they're up there if you want to. And again, another door that goes nowhere. There's a ladder here. Yes, there is. You can go up there and just kill those guys hand to hand. Now, in here, we can actually find an Estus Flask Shard. So it's very useful to come down here. I like this room. This room looks well designed, but this is like how all of the areas in Demon Souls looked. They all looked like they were, actual places of a castle. This looks like an armory where they're storing a bunch of stuff in here. And if we turn this, we can open this up and get right back to the bonfire. There's a Cyan Knight in our way, but I'm just going to run past him, because who cares, right? Lousy Cyan Knights. It's just a sword one anyway. You can farm the armor off this one, because the bonfire is right down here. And now that's, I think Benhart's going to disappear, probably. Yeah. The summon sign will now appear. And we can go over here to this gigantic elevator that takes forever to go up. However, going up and down it, depending on what you're doing, can be pretty dramatic if you really get into it. Up ahead in this next area is another one of the places in Dark Souls 2 where the lore works. It works great. This really, really stuck out to me when I first played this game, which was pretty rare. We're going to go take a look at whatever the hell is going on in this room, which is pretty creepy and a little reminiscent of Silent Hill, to be honest, when I first saw it, and awfully disturbing. Whoa! No key to the embedded in inventory. What the hell is going on here? And look, there's a young girl behind him. This is very powerful, and even up here it looks cool. Look at that, the lightning back there, the chains. What in God's name is happening here? It's creepy as hell, and was a very powerful moment that got me back into this. And here's the key we need down there. We can also get a soul vessel on this section. And a fire seed, good. And what else is in here? That embedded person, and we can eventually find a way a couple levels later to free him from this imprisonment, is extra creepy. I mean, good lord. I have no idea what's going on there. No idea who he is, what he's doing in there, why he brought that person in there. No idea. But we don't get to free them until a couple levels from now, unfortunately. But as soon as I get down here, I think I am going to call it an episode. And the next episode, we can take on the wicked Looking Glass Knight, who has some pretty cool looking armor. But until then, this very dark, stormy night, I will praise the sun.